Are you tired of only playing Oregon? This video is not only great for any 5 stack, but as solo or duo. You can take some insightful ideas from this video as well. Now, let's juice Oregon up with a unique and new 5-man kids and dorms hold. The idea behind this hold will be to hold the tower as much as possible, as long as it is safe for you. Then reinforce the attic walls whilst roam beneath, and whereas in the same time you are heavily denying the trophy bedroom push. I'll give you the exact utility placement later, you'll be able to screenshot it, no worries. But let me give you how we'll approach to this idea. If you're interested in the Pro League as well as ranked, face it, other reviews, or if you want your match to be reviewed, I stream every weekend on Wednesday. More info on that in the pinned comment section down below. You'll be holding tower with Vamai or Bandit on T3, pick them as you wish, and pulls will be in between T2 and T3, giving, let's say, Bandit the info from where attackers will contest them, if they will be. As long as you have the tower control, you can very easily deny the antenna window, and this will be very important. Also, as long as you have the tower control, there is a huge chance that you won't be pushed from the kids' windows or highway. I will notice why this is important when it comes to the trophy hold. You have to hold tower as long as possible, whether it will be 20 seconds or 60 seconds. Usually, if attackers know what they are doing, you'll be pushed within the 40 seconds max. So, you must not die in the tower, and that's the primary reason why you have pools giving you the live scans. Make sure that pools also scans below, as there is a huge possibility that attackers may come from the pillars or the T1. In that case, do not hesitate to retreat back and reinforce immediately. The reason I picked Bandit over Vamai here is that you'll be able to do the similar thing as you can do in the laundry defense. Reinforce the rotation and start a bandit trick. However, if you were Vamai, reinforce the rotation and play by the tarps with the default utility around the hedge, shield and whoop whoop or barbed wires. You can take this tower hold as a 2-layer hold, and therefore you need to rotate back safely. Pools should play from below, can either try to go from the Y stairs rotation, or can drop from the kid's hedge. Let me explain the trophy and the master hold. You will bring Clash, the most delightful operator against takers, and with Clash you'll have either Jaeger or Malusi. This is why I have told you to put by the attic hedge a barbed wire or a whoop whoop. Clash will be playing the trophy, whereas let's say Malusi will be playing by the door of the games. Do you remember the angle from the tower T3, T2 to the antenna window and its hallway? Yep, attackers won't be able to pull the Clash from that hallway, as long as they do not have the tower control. This immediately shows you how this strat will be extremely powerful in the ranked, as attackers will be most likely pushing Clash from just bedroom side. A good note to mention here is also that the trophy floor is indestructible, so Clash can be pushed only from the bedroom or the armory hallway, which is denied from the tower as previously mentioned. Malusi should be playing extra careful with the Clash. If Malusi dies, Clash is in great danger, as the voiceover Pete would say. He will also need your credit card number and all other. You know it. So, if Malusi somehow dies, then let Smoke take her position. It would be great if Bandit would have put the 2 bandit charges by the game's wall, as that's also something that you don't want to be opened. If you have Malusi, impact checking is also an option, as well as pools playing from underneath. So, let's see which operators we have used. We have used pools, Clash, and Smoke, whereas Vamai can be replaced by Bandit, and Jaeger can be replaced by Malusi. You can also switch between the Goyo if you have Jaeger, etc., but it is all on you. This strat is not as strict. Here's the utility how it should be placed. You can see 9 reinforcements instead of 10, Even these two by the bedroom are just extra and not required. You can see if you picked Jaeger, a barbed wire on the Y stairs, and ADS's coring up clash and the attic push. You can also see Smoke's deployable shield from the kids toward the trophy, if you have a mice shield from the attic towards the tower. Pulse is also replaceable if you trust that your tower player can get himself to the safe zone easily. With this sole utility, you can see Pulse by the tower stairs. Bandit is on the T3, Clash and Melusi are playing by the trophy, and Smoke is on the top of the white till Pulse gets there, and then he'll be playing instead of the kids until Melusi dies. There are few extra notes to take. You don't need to push away the attackers for the entire time from the trophy. If you have wasted a lot of utility, feel free to get back. Also, if you think your clash is safe, then replace the whoop whoop towards the entrance of the games. As long as you have the attic control, you are in a winnable position. Because of these three crossfires, from the tarp, Kid's shield and the top white. If they have opened up the game's double wall, that's not too much. They will still have to deal with your tarp player somehow. Speaking about that, you can deny any hard breacher by the trophy to the tarp wall from the kid's shield and the top white stairs. The possible issue of this strat is, aside from getting killed in the tower whilst retreating or staying too much in the trophy, and this will come with practice when to retreat, the issue can be the unlikely vertical push, with the big window take as well as the wide stairs. It is not a huge deal if they are pushing only from that side, but it can be pretty much unprepared push. As long as you can play from the trophy games and kids, they cannot do too much from the double window nor the top white. For the extra stuff to mention, Melusi or Jaeger should be destroying the coming drones from the trophy. Smoke should watch the T1 camera, as from that camera he can hear if pillar push or T1 push is happening against the pulse. If they have ace, there's a huge possibility that you will be able to impact trick his hard breach after the first detonation. This means Pulse will be able to play by this breach safe minus grenades. Taking 2 minutes of attackers in the trophy whilst they don't have the attic control should be enough, as you can stall the additional 30 seconds of the smoke. These kind of videos on my channel are usually not getting that much love, so if you really want more 5-stack strats, make sure to share this video and like it. If you have any other question regarding this strat, let me know down in the comment section below or in my Discord. The link you can find is in the pinned messages. Thank you for watching this video and staying with me for this long, and thanks all the patrons and YouTube members for making this video available. If you want to learn all the basics and advanced things about the siege, make sure to give me a like, subscribe and click notification bell to get all notifications from my channel. Make sure to give me feedback down in the comment section below.